Feel like I want to talk about haters today and how usually, like, what the kind of default way of dealing with them seems to be. Like, I guess the first instinct that you get when you get hate from somebody, when somebody criticizes you or whatever. And that is when somebody says something negative to you, probably your first instinct is to defend yourself and or like prove them wrong or something. You see this kind of arc, I guess you could say, where a lot of people will, while they're growing up, some bad things happen to them, people talk shit about them, and then they have this kind of I will prove them wrong mentality. And so when they become adults, they will do all these things to become successful so they can show them, so they can prove the haters wrong. But if you are working to prove somebody wrong, then you're a slave to them, really. Because what are you really saying? You're saying that, oh, your opinion is valid and important, and I should now do things to prove my worth to you. Whereas if you just, you gotta just really walk away, because as soon as you say anything to them, you're already giving them validity. So rather than arguing, just walk away, really. You think that by taking a stand and arguing with people, you are, standing up for yourself, and you're trying to honor yourself, right? But really, it's like by even engaging with them, you're already betraying yourself in a way. Like by even giving them the time of day, to be honest. I'm finding it hard to formulate this, but basically, when you're just even starting with them, you're letting them in your mind. And when you're letting them even influence your behavior, you see how you're already like giving them something, you know? And to me, uh, I'm just very sensitive. I can feel things very, very easily. And so I can already feel the disrespect to myself on that tiny level, to where if I even engage with somebody, I already see like I can already feel how I'm just disrespecting myself. There's there's this one, I don't know what you should call it, like an idiom or something, where they said, "Do you think a bee would bother to convince a fly that honey is better than shit?" The kind of honey and shit example, maybe it's more like uh, in a situation where you're trying to prove that you're right, but yeah, really it applies to anything. Imagine like the bee starts entertaining the fly. I mean, to be honest, like you cannot really disrespect the flies. They having an important job in our society. Somebody is gonna do it. But yeah, if they start to disrespect you, then it's like, okay, the fuck you want? You go do your thing, I'll do mine. So what's the problem? Um, and that also really shows that, like, why would even somebody start to argue with you? You gotta realize that if somebody is arguing with you in the first place, they're doing it because they're not happy. And they're like trying to get some satisfaction by dragging other people down to their level and being like, how, like kind of trying to prove something to themselves, like trying to prove their worth by doing these things. And while we're on the topic, if you think that you need to punish people for their bad behavior. You really don't. People with bad behavior punish themselves by exhibiting this bad behavior, because the thing is that people cannot help but to treat themselves badly if they're treating you badly. Like, you gotta think like this, where you're not the one who has to live with them. They are the ones who have to live with themselves. So you don't need to worry about it. You can just leave them to their fate. That's really like the worst punishment you can give them, when you're not even like entertaining them, because they will stay with themselves and they will continue to spew negativity to everyone around them and to themselves in their own minds. And so really, when you are engaging with them and trying to prove them wrong, you're already rewarding them with your attention and your like with your engagement. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it's already like I can just feel like the disgust. So yeah, I'll just leave it there. If you found this helpful, as always, just leave a like and let me know in the comments if you have any questions that you think I can help you with. Other than that, take care and see you in the next one.